Okay, now, first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how to do what's called loan amortization. The first thing we're going to have to do now to do a loan amortization is find out what the payment on the loan is. Now, the payment on a loan is comprised of two things. There's the interest that you owe on the loan, and then there's the principal portion of the loan payment. Those two things add up now to be the total payment that you make on a loan. So amortization, which is what I'm going to end up showing you here now, this is a way, and this is the way the banks divide the payment on the loan between the interest that you owe the bank for the use of their money and for the repayment of the principal. In other words, every month, every quarter, whatever your payments are, part of the payment goes to pay down the amount of money that you borrowed. Now, in this example that we have on the board here, this is a $10,000 loan, 5 years, 10% interest per year. Now, this is called the terms of the loan. As a business person, you should always know how to calculate the payments on a loan. You shouldn't wait for somebody at the bank to sit across the table from you and explain to you and tell you what your payments are. You should know what the payments are. But in this case, again, this is a $10,000 loan for 5 years, 10% interest. Now, the payments on a loan make the loan an annuity. It's not a lump sum problem, it's an annuity problem. So again, the annuity is in the question. That is, what's the payments on the loan? You write down your general equation for dealing with annuities. That is, the big dollar amount is equal to some annuity times the appropriate interest factor. In this case, the big dollar amount is how much you borrow, which is $10,000. We're looking for the value of the annuity. That's going to end up being the payment on the loan. And we're going to multiply the annuity times our PVIFA. That is, the big dollar amounts at the beginning of the annuity stream, you always use your PVIFA. N is equal to the number of payments. In this case, annual payments, one a year for 5 years. I is the interest rate per time period. These are yearly payments. We want the yearly interest rate, that's 10%. If you look up this interest factor on your interest factor tables now, your PVIFA at 5 and 10%, you should find 3.7908. And again, what you're left with is one equation and one unknown. To find out what the payment is on the loan, the value of the annuity, you take the big dollar amount, $10,000, and divide it by 3.7908. And that's going to give you $2,637.96. So that's the payments on the loan. If you have your calculator handy, you want to do this on your calculator, present value is where you put the loan. Now, from the bank's point of view now, this is an outflow. That is, they're loaning you $10,000. So you input a negative $10,000. There are 5 payments. N should be equal to 5. And I is 10%. Calculate, have your calculator calculate the payment, and you should get $2637.97. You'll notice that there's a little bit of difference there, 1 cent in this case. And that's simply a rounding error. Technically, the calculator is giving you a better answer than what we calculate in the methodology that I'm showing you here. But nonetheless, that's how you would calculate the payments on a loan in your calculator. In the next video now, I'm going to show you how to do loan amortization, how we break up the payment that we owe the bank every year in this case, between the interest that we owe the bank for the use of their money and the principal portion of the payment, which pays back the money that we borrowed from the bank.